Hello there, and as usual, I'm Aaron from Laststandgamers, and welcome. So today we're taking a look at the new update. I'm going to be quick, concise, and give you all the information and send you away as fast as possible. So first off, let's have a look at the new blocks and new objects. So first off, we're actually standing on one of these new trade stations. Now these pop up at random, and you can only access some of them with the correct level of reputation, but we'll explain how that works in a moment. Let's actually show you the blocks. So the first one I want to show you is the store. So if we have a quick look around, it's a square block with a feeding connector around the back. Very nicely detailed, and it's a store at the top, so very simple as well. We press F and it shows you what is exactly for sale. Now they can be ships for sale, they can be different things. You can have welders, elite tools, all different sorts of items like that, as well as resources as well. And you can sell your items that you currently own, and you can also administrate what you want to sell or offer from the things you have in stock at your outpost. So it's all really quite cool. There's a lot of depth to go into this, and I'll probably explain this in a following video, but let's have a look at the next block. So we have the ATM. Of course, you're going to need to get cash out. And what I quite like about this is it's got these bars around it, like to protect a dodgy engineer coming in here with a crowbar and trying to rip the cash out of it. So there's actually space credits in here, and you can deposit. So let's just deposit 100 space credits, or 1,000. So you can deposit that. You can see it goes into the account balance, and this keeps the cash off you and keeps it safe, because if someone kills me right now, I'll have that amount of credits left on me, and they'll be able to pick it up from my sort of corpse. So it's going to have a really interesting gameplay dynamic, this, where people might have to build safes, or alternatively be very careful when they get cash out. Now the next thing is the vending machine. So this is a much thinner block. You can see there's got some tubing and piping at the round the back there. Looks very cool. But we can actually cycle through different items for sale, and then with that button there we can purchase it, and only if it drops out the bottom, So you purchase it, adds it to your inventory. Really cool block, and I really like the idea that you can flick through. This will be perfect for a sort of roaming trader. The sad thing is it's not available for actual vehicles or ships, because having this on the side of a little rover that rolled around, selling a few items, going between outposts would be damn awesome. Now moving on, we have the contracts module. What's contracts all about? Well, we have a simple sort of system here. We have haulage, we have acquisition. It gives you brief information about them, and then it sends you on your way. And these can grant you reputation with stations, and the higher the rep, the more access to different stations, different abilities that you'll actually have. So you've got accepted contracts, and you've also got administration. So a player can set a contract, and you can even set a bounty on another player as well. Now, what the hell is this thing that looks like some sort of nuclear bomb? Well, it's not that, in fact, but look at the scale of it, and the detailing on this thing is beautiful. This is actually a shield generator, or a safe zone generator. Now, the safe zone generator runs on these big chips right here. Now, these chips power it from 1 hour only, and the issue with it, you've got to pick up these guys from other traders, and they're pretty damn expensive. So having a safe zone around your outpost or trading station is going to be a costly thing, and you're going to have to make sure you're making profit to continue buying them chips. Next to it, we actually have the space credits. So I'll bring my camera over so we can just have a quick look at the detailing on these. So the space credits can be loaded up with as much money as you want, and as long as they're on the person, so you can see system online, it's like a little data pad there. We've also got the package. So I can only imagine this is going to be an item used in the missions, but it looks like it stores weapons or some other important items, and there's some sort of login pad there. We also have the data pad that holds information on missions. We have the medical kit, so picking one of these up and using it can restore some of your health. And we've also got the energy sort of pack, and this is really something that's been requested by players. So you can restore your energy in the field if you're doing a long mining excavation, or you're doing something that requires a lot of power. You can pick one of these guys up, store it in your inventory, and you can recharge directly from it. So that is all the blocks. Now let's have a mess around with the force field. So let's talk safe zones. This is something that people have been really worried about and really excited about at the same time. So here's the generator. It requires a lot of power, but let's go through the actual options. So first off, we put our chip in it, and then we can enable it. It takes 30 seconds for it to enable, and if I just go and change the actual settings, it has some really scary settings though. They will worry you, so just bear with me on this one. So you can see we've got the smallest sort of grid. let's extend it to the maximum. So that's 500 we can actually extend it out to, and it takes 30 seconds to actually power up, so you'll see it pop in and change in a second to a different texture. But look how much area a player can actually claim. He can protect his whole base, pretty much whatever size it is. And then you can also do this, you can reconfigure it to a cube. So now you've got a massive 1000 by 1000 cube. You pretty much own a massive chunk of the planet, especially if it's a smaller place like a moon or an asteroid. You can pretty much own the whole asteroid. That I'll be a bit worried about, to be fair, on the server. It's going to make a lot of crazy things happen. We can change the color. We can decide what's allowed, so we can allow damage. If we want people to be able to mine or drill or weld in this particular area, we can do as well. So all great little features for us. We can really protect our base, but at the same time it's going to limit attacks on outposts and whatnot. So we can also set up custom data on it. Let's have a quick mooch through some of the different textures. So one of my particular favorites is the clang one. So if we bring the radius back down and back to a spherical little circle like this, you can see it's got this clang logo with red. Perfect for server admins who are dealing with an issue at the moment. But we've also got more standard type ones, I would say. So we've got something like noise or rain. So you can see it's just like a little blip sort of effect. And if you're not allowed in one of these safe zones, you'll simply just bounce off. That I think is quite entertaining. So we can configure the filter. Now the filter allows different players in and out. So safe zone filter, we're currently allowed in. You can also whitelist these players and blacklist players. So players that are not allowed in the area at all. You can use the reputation system if you want to filter this and have a look what factions are in the area that you're going to like. But it's quite straightforward. It's just going to make a massive difference on gameplay, especially for factions that are making a lot of money. They can really protect the base. For the starters, they're not going to have the cash to actually start and protect their outposts, so it's going to be damn interesting to see. So to bring this video to a close, I want to say one last thing. Two blocks that I forgot to add before: the table and also the toilet with a door. The table is just missing the chair, but it's the same block, and the toilet is exactly the same, but they've just added a doorway onto it. There's some really cool blocks in this update, and if you haven't already, it's time to start building your own trading station. I'll be covering the blocks and how to set up your own trading station in a video very shortly, so stay tuned for that. And as I thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.